You think of Utah, do you think of fireflies? I don't know, probably not. I sure don't. But in Nibley, the community is working to change that as they work to save one of the few native firefly populations in the state. ABC4 Northern Utah correspondent Kate Garner has this story. Kate?
You may not know this because Nibley isn't right next to any large lakes or anything like that, but the area is actually home to a lot of natural wetlands. In fact, Firefly Park, which is where I'm standing right now, is one of those natural wetlands, and the area was purchased by the city a few years ago to preserve it, especially because it's home to a small native population of fireflies, something that is very uncommon here in the western United States. As day turns to dusk and dusk turns to night, the park becomes pitch black. But small flashes of light break up the seemingly never-ending darkness.
A lot of people describe them as wondrous or magical.
Helene Torres is talking about the fireflies that call Nibley home.
I think there's a list of insects that people decide they don't like or they're scared of. But I think fireflies is one of those that make people realize, like, wow, they're really fascinating. And it maybe interests them more in the natural world. Torres
is an intern with the Utah Rare Insect Conservation Program and is working to study the bioluminescent beetle.
Utah is actually 65 to 100% data deficient in firefly stuff.
She says while these fireflies have called Cache Valley home for generations, they don't even know what species they are.
It concerns me that, we may eventually lose them.
Becky Yeager is a Nibley resident.
This population is very small, but it is one of the few public places people can actually come and view fireflies.
She's proud of her hometown for establishing the park to preserve this small natural wonder.
When the park was dedicated, Nibley, first thing they did was enact a dark sky ordinance for the city.
She says light pollution and land development both threaten the native fireflies. No one knows how much of the population has already been lost, and volunteers can only study the beetles on public lands.
There's also some people with some private properties that they might have some on there if they're willing to share information so that we can just understand the species that we're working with, understand the threats that we're facing.
Anyone can help the cause by tracking their sightings on firefly.org, and doing so could help keep the fireflies in Nibley for generations to come.
Our children, we hope that they can have some of those same kinds of memories.
Typically, you can come out to the park and see fireflies anywhere from Memorial Day through the 4th of July, but they expect the peak to be coming here in just a few days. So now is the time to come out and see them. But if you do decide to come out, remember, there are no flashlights, you can't catch the fireflies, and you need to stay on the paths to protect their habitat. Reporting from Nibley, Kate Garner, ABC4 News.